Live.
Are we back?
It's not showing audio. It's not showing. Oh, wait.
Is it?
There it goes.
Is it yet? Yes.
Okay, let me go make this listed.
This is awesome.
Technology, public, done, save. There we go. Let's wait for a couple people.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Now we just gotta get back to the audio.
Okay.
I can see and I can hear.
You're
Ready?
back.
Cross your fingers.
More like this. More like this. I think you're getting very ambitious.
It should work. It should work.
I'm so afraid.
Except for you're frozen.
Oh, great.
There.
Oh my goodness.
It's freezing. It's freezing.
Can you put it on that other camera? Just do it from.
It looks like it's working.
You say that, and then
it's freezing. Yep. Let's do this.
Do the other camera, please. Let's see.
Try that. It works.
We don't know. We just don't know. Okay, see you and hear you. Almost. It feels like grandparents that you're trying to explain how to use a phone.
That should be better. Sorry, guys. It's I don't know. The computer crashing. It shouldn't crash, but
it shouldn't.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay. So let's get back to the chat. We're going to give people a couple minutes. Slap a stick. Hey, you're back. Sawyer finally held his games rained out so I could join.
I'm glad.
Not sure what's going to work. We actually have really good internet. For some reason, the camera just doesn't want to work properly with the computer.
It's like having a prom dress.
If you sit perfectly still and don't move, you may not notice it freezing.
You have the prom dress. You have the perfect prom dress and no prom.
Yeah. So, you want to talk about our driving stuff? I'm just going to make sure this is running right.
Yes. So I was really proud of us. We woke up this morning and we had a big, hairy hill to get up from your mother's driveway.
Yep.
That was actually recently poured. And
it's gravel. It's not even like poured. It's just like loose gravel, and it was raining.
And so Joe goes, as long as we don't stop and we just keep going, just keep rolling forward, we should be fine. Like the momentum of the truck will like pull it up.
Because I don't have a 4-wheel drive.
The hill. And so he gets like 1/4 of the way up and he's like, hey, wait a second. You know what? I thought maybe we could put the camera on the front of the engine. I was like, brother, you better just keep driving. I was just
joking. It's not like I stopped.
Oh my gosh. It scared me so bad.
What I was going to tell you to do is get out and put the camera at the bottom of the driveway so we can have like the truck going up.
I was so scared. Thank you guys for coming back for the 8 billionth time.
Yes.
Marco, Polo, where were we?
So yeah, we decided, thank you for being okay with us not having yesterday's live stream. We just didn't have great internet, and
this is awesome compared to yesterday.
We have really good internet. This was a computer issue. Because see, at home we don't need the computer to actually stream. Here we need the computer to stream.
Oh.
At home we use my streaming deck on the side.
I've spent too much time with the Amish. I do not know how to use technology.
We decided to stay an extra day in New York just because we had to spend an entire day like dealing with contractors for my mom.
Yes.
So my mom, because a couple people noticed like, hey, your mom's
no
house
walls.
is like under construction, no walls.
We didn't want to leave till there was walls.
So my mom actually, she used to live on Long Island, the house that I grew up in. And but she lived on the water, and with all of the hurricanes and everything,
it got too scary there.
Too many floods, and I mean, they started putting restrictions. They want everybody to literally have machines come in and lift their houses up 10 feet off the ground. And she's like, it's time to get out. So she moved to this house, which is a summer house we bought when I was like 12 years old. That's up in the Catskill Mountains near Monticello, and it's really built for the summer. So it's not winterized. We used to go there during the winter so we can go skiing, but we had no running water. You would have to melt snow to be able to flush the toilets. There were no showers or anything like that.
Made camping look exciting.
It was fun though. We enjoyed it.
Okay.
You know,
me and Heath and Shelly would be like probably staying in the camper.
I don't know. We enjoyed it. But so she moved up there, but the entire house had to be completely winterized, basically, and made so that it's no longer just a little vacation cottage, but it's actually livable. And it's been a nightmare between having issues with the first contractor and just like everything else, there's no materials. Wood is going up on an almost weekly basis.
Yes.
I mean, it went from a year ago, like $3 for a 2x4 to now it's like $10 up there.
Have you noticed
a sheet of plywood is $90
for anybody that's like doing any kind of home renovations? Like, we had made the whole entire chicken coop, and it was not nearly as much money as the wood was when you were just building a wooden little desk recently.
Everything. I mean, they couldn't find appliances. She just got a stove now.
Since last July.
She's been waiting 9 months for the stove. I mean, just nothing is out there. We got there and she's cooking on a little 2-burner propane gas stove that you would take camping that folds up, one of those little green things. So we immediately went out and bought her like a Blackstone, so at least they can cook on something.
Yeah.
So we decided to stay an extra day to hang out with them.
Keep them in your prayers, because she needs 5 solid days of no rain in order for them to be able to open up her roof, put in a bathroom.
Yeah, because the whole house is like almost at a standstill at this point. They can't finish the kitchen, they can't finish the bathroom, they can't finish the downstairs because they're putting in a bathroom upstairs, and it's an A-frame, so they got to poke a hole in the roof, but they need 5 days of no rain to poke the hole, build the frame, and put the walls up so they can put a tarp over it.
We need a sun standstill.
Like, I don't know how you wait for 5 days.
I don't. Let's see who all's here.
Yeah. So now Gail is here, Lynn is here, Renee is here, Heather's here. Heather said yes, very expensive. Michelle is here.
Hey, Michelle.
Just making sure it's like Chris saying something. Robin is here.
Hey,
Shelly
Robin.
is here.
Hey, Shelly.
Renee said it's sad that people can't just do as Keto Chow asked. Okay, we're not going to talk about that.
Yes, we got to wait until May 1st to talk about anything.
Yeah, so Brianna said instead of going on vacation, people are renovating their house. There we go. I don't know why the screen keeps shutting off.
I know.
It's very scary.
It's like super scary.
It should not be shutting off like that.
Hey, Lisa.
Oh, I can't forget. That's the computer. Let's take this off.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Maybe that's causing an issue. So 5 days of no rain in the spring in upstate New York. That's what they're looking for.
Right.
And usually that would be July, but we don't want them to wait till July.
He says, yay, I'm still here.
Maitreya said, contractor issues. Yes, they had a contractor that basically ripped them off for a lot of money. Yes. Fortunately, we found somebody else who was able to pick up the work and basically undo everything that the old guy did, including like cutting main beams and stuff.
Yes.
So
heartbreaking.
Yep.
Nicole's here. Finally made a live welcome.
Are we really gone again? What is going on? It says excellent connection.
Says excellent. I see people. Hi, Rachel. Freezing and cutting out. Frozen picture.
Can you jump on from your phone?
Let's see. Let's see what we could do.
Welcome. Are we really gone again?
Oh, now I can hear.
What is going on? It says excellent connection.
It says excellent. See people. Hi, Rachel. Freezing and cutting out. Frozen picture.
Can you jump on from your phone?
So I can hear us. Frozen picture.
Here.
Maybe the weather is messing it up. I see you. So somebody sees us. You're good.
We're going to log in from my phone.
Wait, they say you're good.
I'm looking at the YouTube.
Oh, okay. Hear you, but picture is still. Now you see, but you're frozen. We can work with that if you're here. So who else is dealing with a home renovation project that is like driving you nuts? Frozen Joe and Rachel. Oh man, I don't have like my mouth wide open like I usually do in a Frozen shot. Echo, echo. Just keep talking. Just keep swimming. Oh, I see us.
There you go.
Are we there?
Can people hear us? That's the question.
Let's see. Can you guys hear us? Do we see?
What did you just do?
Oh.
Don't press buttons.
Okay, don't press buttons. All right. How are you going to see the chat? Are you going to
I can pull that up over here.
You can pull it up over
see
here?
if people can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Don't turn
Oh,
it.
sorry. We won't know if they can hear us.
Keep talking.
Okay.
You're good at that.
Hello. I see people in there. I am so sorry. I can't even begin to say how sorry. We clearly have no control over this, but still, it makes me feel terrible. So we are staying at a winery here in Virginia, just in case there is somebody that can actually hear me talking and see me. So I wanted to say it's kind of cool, even if you don't drink wine.
Yes, we can see and hear you.
Awesome. Hello.
Okay. So you're just gonna have to hold the phone.
Yes, I'll hold the phone. So
and I can read the chat from here.
Okay. So even if you're staying at a winery, we've learned that you can buy other things because we want to, like, you know, not patronize, but we want to
patronize.
But that seems like mean, like patronizing people.
Well,
we want to buy stuff in their store so that we can say thank you for letting us, you know, bunk in their spot. So we got some habanero salsa.
It's not hot enough.
At the winery where we're staying at tonight, and it was really good. It's very flavorful though. Mm-hmm. And then we tried this locally grown, like,
can you put me in the picture?
Pimiento cheese. It's like a cream cheese and black pepper flavor. And I was actually tickled with it. It was good. We had sausages tonight that we cooked in the microwave so that because we don't have electric, we're like boondocking here. All right, let's see. Are you trying to show something?
No,
now I have to read.
A tripod.
Now I need to read comments and
I'm getting a tripod
and do things. Tanya says, technology. Then my names can see and hear you. Shauna says, no apologies. Thanks, Shauna. He says, a winery, huh? No wonder there are so many difficulties, right? Can you imagine be drunk though? I mean, how much worse would that be? That would be terrible. We can't risk it. Shanta says, we appreciate doing all this to hang out with us. I will do whatever to get to hang out with you guys. It's such a blessing. We missed you guys so much yesterday. Yeah. All right. Hopefully it doesn't turn the phone off. Let's see. We're going to try to put it into a tripod. Let's see. Can he do it without turning it off?
Well, you hold that.
All right.
Hold that until I turn it on.
Now you're just seeing my hands.
Hold that until I turn it on.
Okay. Oh, and I bumped something. There we go. Don't let me hold like the surgical equipment. Goodness. All right, so let's see. Debbie says that she's in Virginia too. What area abouts in Virginia are you? Blue Dove is singing from Yentl. Papa, can you hear me?
Say hold on 1 minute.
All right, hold on 1 second. Probably gonna see our messy bed. Let's see. Earthquake. Let's see. Ooh, I think we may have it. What do you think?
There you go.
Does it look like too crazy? There's some kind of crazy going on here. I don't know who we want it to belong to, but definitely crazy.
Okay. Defense was said, I thought I read live streams were on hold. Glad I checked, although I'm late. Yesterday. We didn't live stream yesterday.
Because we had Zilcho service.
Debbie is in Richmond.
What? Oh, Richmond. We're in Richmond.
Blaine said it's a Rachel roller coaster. Shauna said you guys are too funny. That's Shauna said it to Mommy said it to Shauna rather.
What a hot mess of crazy we are, for sure.
Diane said it's the great earthquake all over again.
What a mess.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, Glenda's dizzy. I'm sorry, Glenda.
So.
Definitely you want to be in a seated position. If you are watching Two Crazy Ketos, we don't know what we're going to do. Maybe drop stuff. Maybe spin around. There's just no time.
So everything will be back to regular normal now for our schedule. We're going to get a hold of Bronson when we get back home, which should be sometime probably Saturday.
Yes, he was so nice.
Reschedule the final Bronson live stream.
But we thought, man, we could not even post something on Instagram without standing on top of the Walmart roof.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh, if we do a side-by-side with Bronson, there's like zero chance it's going to come
what
through.
It is like by my mom's house, we have like no service. And we have all 3 carriers for internet. We had no service. We had Verizon we could download, but we really couldn't upload. Like the upload was like 1 megabit per second.
What is going on here?
So, but we have for our T-Mobile, if we drove into town to the Walmart, I had like ridiculous speed that you would have in your house, or actually faster than that. But the problem is you had to drive to Walmart. So every day we were trying to upload videos and sitting in the Walmart parking lot trying to upload videos through my phone.
And and also explaining it to your mom, who's really
doesn't understand technology.
Doesn't really understand it. So in order to we're gonna do stuff with the channel. We would have to just explain it and go to Walmart. And go to Walmart was everything that we had to do, video wise.
Right.
So it'd be do you guys want to go by the lake and go to Walmart? Do you guys want to go and see, that cemetery that's down the way and go to Walmart? Everything was and go to Walmart because that was the only place that we could get service.
Yeah. Michelle said, Glenda, my mom's named the same. I miss her.
Aww.
Ugo said, I can see your lilac eyeshadow. It's pretty.
Oh, it is, man. This was okay, so here's the funny thing. In the camper, I decided that I'm just going to pack a bunch of makeup. Just have makeup in here in case, we get up and go on a trip. And then that way I don't look so terrible when we're, taping videos at a campsite. Because usually I look pretty bad.
Right.
And so, but the makeup that I stored in here is clearly from, my Barbie dream set. All of them are bright pink, bright purple. There's actually the same blue eyeshadow that my Western Barbie had. I'm certain of it. It's did anybody else have Western Barbie? She was cool because she winked, but my Western Barbie got her one eyelash completely stuck. So it was just for the whole time.
So Steph wants to know, how did staying keto go? Is Joe's family keto also? We stay keto. We never go off of keto. We haven't been off of keto since we started almost 4 years ago for me.
It worked out really well.
They were keto. They're not keto, but they were keto this week.
Right. Well, I mean, what happened is most of the stuff that that mom and Joe's sister Terry eats is grown by them. Yeah. Or it's a locally sourced thing, they will get their eggs from the farm down the way, that sort of thing. And so what they would do was we would cook up the meat, and then they would have some sides that they would add to it that was basically the sides. I mean, it was like a salad.
Yeah.
So they would, cut up some salad to go with the grilled chicken that Joe was making, or, Joe's bacon.
Yeah, I did all the cooking the whole time we were there. The first night, we just used the Blackstone. We have the 22-inch Blackstone for the camper. And then the next day when we ran out and bought them the 28-inch, we just did all the cooking on that. I seasoned it up. I showed my sister how to use it. And one day we had, the first night I think we had burgers, right?
Yes.
We did burgers.
Those bacon and cheese ones.
And we brought them 3 dozen
from Sam's Club? Is it Sam's?
Yes.
Those are the best.
We brought them 3 dozen eggs from the backyard chickens.
We knew she'd want to taste her grand chicken's eggs.
Then the next day we went to Sam's Club and we got chicken. We got the Argentinian shrimp.
Yes.
We got ground beef. So we made pretty much everything that we would normally make. We were doing kielbasi. So anything that we were eating, we just made a bunch of it.
Yeah.
And they were eating it as well. We brought some of our fresh bacon that we make. So it's pretty much. And then yesterday they ate keto chow. We got my mom hooked on keto chow. She's been talking about how
upping her protein.
Needs to up her protein. Said that she lost all her lean muscle mass.
It's been a stressful year.
Because she was always like a farm strong woman, where whatever we did, like we build decks and rebuild our houses, and my mom was always there like lifting up all the wood, and she's like, I've lost all my lean muscle mass. And she was looking at some protein powders, and then I started looking at the one she was looking at.
It was like, don't get
Mom,
those.
like, look at the ingredients in some of this stuff.
She has been in the medical circles long enough to know she didn't want Boost. She didn't want Glycerna. She didn't want, what was the other one that she was like, I'm not drinking that. But it was like that.
Ensures.
Yeah, Ensure. She's like, that's what they try to put everybody on that's my age, and it's just garbage and sugar. Right. So she knew she wanted to stay away from that, but she was just looking for a good, protein powder. So it was cool.
Yeah, so we got her hooked on that. So we left everything. Chris said, hey, everyone, I'm super late. That's okay because
you missed all the fireworks.
You missed all the fun. We're going to have to talk about why something wasn't working.
Yeah.
Chris said, I'm super late. Max and I were doing a bunch of the electrical connections for the inverter and junk on the trailer.
Nice.
Max got used to the giant crimping tool.
How fun.
That's cool. I need to put an inverter in mine, Chris. You're going to have to walk me through it. If there's a way to do it in the front with the electric in the back.
So I saw that Gail was asking, where did we post the little clip of Joe getting to see his mom and surprising her? My favorite line is when she says, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like that was her.
So it was on Instagram and Facebook. We are going to have it in a vlog.
Yeah. So we'll have it in an upcoming vlog in case you don't have those.
Once I can edit it.
Yeah.
Mary said, there you are. I wandered off. Glad I wandered
I'm
back.
glad you did too, Mary.
Wade said, I can't believe you're in my hometown and I'm out of town.
Isn't that always the way?
Defense Wiz said, I used to do that when traveling for work, upload via the parking lot of a Starbucks, although that was so long that I could finish one of their urns of coffee during the upload. So we tried to do, was it Keto on the Couch? Because what happened was we uploaded Keto on the Couch. Everything went through in the Walmart parking lot, 5 minutes. I mean, like, again, an hour-long video, 5-minute upload. So now we always preview it before we actually make it public.
To make sure I didn't say balls.
So Rachel is watching it, and then all of a sudden we realized the upload cut off the last 5 minutes.
The last 5 minutes.
So we're like, okay.
We have to upload the whole thing again.
We have my mom's Blackstone in the bed of the truck. So we're halfway back to the house. We're like, let's drop this off, turn around, we'll go back to Walmart, we'll re-upload. We get to the house, right as we're getting ready to pull out, my mom and sister show back up from church.
Yeah.
And we're like, surprise, look what we got for you. And they're like, hey, do you guys want to go to Middletown? Can we go on errands with you? So
we're going to say
no. So now we're trying. My mom's like, don't worry, there's internet once you get away from the house.
She didn't know.
And so now we're driving all over the place. And what took 5 minutes at the Walmart parking lot, 2 hours later is still not uploaded. So finally, after all the errands, we say, we're going back to Walmart.
Yeah. So
that's why Keto on the Couch was late.
So here, I have a question. So if I saw that Renee had a question, so scroll up to see if you can finally guess. She said we skipped her twice and she's getting a complex.
I'm getting a complex. Okay.
So you have to go back up. There you go.
Seriously, skip twice now.
Yeah.
Don't make me mess with this.
Don't mess too hard. But what I was gonna ask
Renee, guess I'll say it again. Rachel is looking like a blonde beach babe.
Thanks, Renee. You're a beach babe. So what was funny was we go to use the Starbucks internet because we kind of thought, well, definitely Starbucks will have internet. They always are.
They wouldn't let us in the store.
Well, they wouldn't let us in the store, but we're fine. We were on the outside in the little courtyard area connecting to their Wi-Fi, and it would not connect. But first, just in case it would connect, I thought I don't want to be one of those rude people who like use your internet, but like don't give you any business. So I went in and bought a needless $4 cup of black coffee with nothing in it, and then it still didn't work. And I was like, dang it, there was, what was it, a Sheetz? Like right across the street. I was like, I would so rather have Sheetz coffee, but now I'm going to have to drink this coffee.
Somebody is saying something about Sun-In.
Sun-In?
No, she's not using Sun-In.
No dye at all.
Andrew said, I've been living off of keto chow today. I haven't felt too well, and it's the only thing that tastes good. That's awesome that your mom really likes it. It's a great product.
I'm sorry that you're not feeling good. I hope you feel better.
Yep.
Hope Jimmy's feeling better. Has Jimmy been feeling bad too?
Karen said, Joe and Rachel, you were both like a shot of sunshine.
Aw. Well, thanks for hanging out. You're blessing us. Or just sticking with us. Renee says, thank you. Wiping my ugly tears away now. I love that.
Steph said, please don't give anything away with the chow club box. Yes, please. Some people
we
haven't
just have
gotten
a couple
them.
more
So we
days.
will be uploading a video
Trust me,
I think Chris said Saturday morning.
No one is more excited than me.
Yeah. So if you know what's in it, we appreciate again, we can't control it. You know, Chris and Miriam asked us not to publish what's in it. And,
so we want to honor
other
that.
People who are affiliates, but I mean, if you purchase it, but we're asking within our group, please don't tell people what it is. Just
because people are excited. But I just wanted to say thank you so much to the monitors in the Facebook family group. You guys are awesome. Like, they are just like such a tremendous team working together. And it's just, we're just super thankful for you guys. You make everything awesome, especially on days where Joe and I couldn't even get internet. Like, we had no idea anything.
Yeah, we didn't know anything was going on. Diana said, I'm 64, 5'3", 202 pounds. How many proteins should I be getting? What's your goal weight?
Yeah, what's your goal weight?
So, again, nice round number. If your goal weight's 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein.
There you go.
Super, super simple.
If it's 180 grams of protein. Yep. Whatever's your goal weight.
Keto Crafter said exactly, I won't get my Keto Chow Club box until Saturday, but I'm going to click my heels together 3 times and hope it arrives tomorrow. I don't have ruby slippers.
We have absolutely noticed that a watched mailbox never produces mail. It's like a watched pot never boils. Like, man, whenever Joe is sitting at the window waiting for like the one crucial piece of electronic equipment he needs to like put on the trailer or something, it never comes. It's so frustrating.
So I will say this though, like, we will release a video Saturday morning.
Yes.
Like, with what's in it.
The butt crack of dawn.
If you don't want to know, because you haven't gotten it yet, it's kind of like when I used to watch Survivor. I knew, do not
I kind of want to see a little.
Turn on Facebook until I actually watch it, because
Game of Thrones.
Monday, everybody has posted what's happened, right? So, like, it's just kind of the same thing.
Yeah, I just have to avoid it for a week. Of course, after May 1st, then it's sort of like, I'll bet you'll have to just avoid it.
Jerry said, question, are you planning on the low-carb cruise in May of 2022? Yes, we are. As of right now, the plan is to be going on the cruise.
Please, Lord, let there be cruises in that future.
We will also be, unless something is going on, as of right now, and I don't see it changing, I actually have to cancel a camping trip. We will be going to Omaha for the Keto Summit in August.
So if you're in the area or going to that, we'd love to see you. We'll be at Keto Palooza Autumns.
Yeah, but there's no more tickets for that.
Keto Louisville's.
Yeah.
We're excited about that if you guys are going. But there's still probably virtual tickets available for that. I know she was selling those.
Tiny said, using Keto Chow daily this week and seeing great results. Glad I joined the Chow Club.
Oh, glad. Scott says he was making snickerdoodle. Yes, we're good. We're definitely going to be. Heather says that we're going to Omaha in August. Yes, we are.
Yep.
So excited.
Chris said, to answer your question, do I move the batteries and everything to a cabinet in the middle of the trailer so the inverter, the batteries, the charger, and everything are within 4 feet of each other? I don't have any place in the middle. I'm going to move the batteries off of the tongue of the trailer into my storage bay and take away storage bay spot. But the problem is the plug, like that where we actually plug into, is all the way in the back. And the charger controller is here right here. So I'm thinking about getting a Victron charge controller, putting that to the front, bypassing this. But now I've got to run the electric, like the shore power line. I'd have to somehow run it all the way under the camper to the front. That's going to be a pain.
You say shore power line, and all I could think of is like the beach.
Think about this. If I get an inverter with a second Battleborn battery, you would be able to run your microwave and your hair dryer even without electricity.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Because
right now the generator
clearly
is going.
The hair dryer is not working, and this is a 12-hour car ride here. So
Andrew said, I'm trying to get my hubs to book the 2022 keto cruise. I think I'm winning because he asked me about the info to look it up.
Oh, isn't that so good when you're like laying something out like for your spouse or any loved one that you're trying to travel with, and it's like they finally are kind of like, let me see what the excursions look like, and you're like, I'm in. I'm so in. That's awesome.
Steph said, when will we have an idea of Keep May Moving Challenge?
So, actually...
Yeah, you want to talk about that since you don't have another video between now and then.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
So there, for the Keep May Moving Challenge, starting immediately on our website, and then of course I'll post it in Instagram and I'll post it in the Facebook family group, but every single day there's going to be a different movement challenge. And you got to get kind of creative to get it in. So I was trying to look for like day 1 here. So day 1, just to give you a preview, they're gonna look like this. They're little purple guys. They're kind of pretty. It says stay in motion, May in motion. So the first day 1 is going to be very simple. Walk 30 minutes. Walking, whether you do it by yourself, with a friend, with your dog, or around the dining room table. It gives you your first dose of physical success.
Okay, give me an example of one of the funny ones.
Okay. Okay, day 2. So day 1 is pretty simple. We can all do that, no matter what pace you're going or where you're going. Like 30 minutes of walking. I feel like everybody can do that to certain. Even if it's like it's gonna take me 30 minutes to walk up the hall and then back. Like that's it. Day 2 is tackle the big chore. So what's the chore that you've been avoiding in your home because it just seems like too much physical work? Today's the day to do it. So May 2nd is the day to do it. Your muscles may be sore afterwards, but you'll enjoy the victory of completing the task and the workout for the day.
That's laundry in our house.
So that's
you get a workout doing the laundry in our house.
So here's the thing. I want everybody to just keep moving, but I understand that everybody is at a different pace. So for some people, the big chore in their house is going to be tackling a laundry pile. For other people, it's going to be cleaning out the entire garage. For some people, it may be building something that they've been,
Why are you looking at me? Do you have like a big giant list coming?
No. Why would I do that? So to go with that, every single day, you guys know that I like to have a recipe that goes out just so that in case you're just wanting to, participate with stuff from, the food side, the challenge is it's all party themed foods. Okay. Because I always feel like Cinco de Mayo and like the whole month of May is like party fiesta, right? So I've tried to come up with recipes, and I hope you guys will do the same and share them in our Facebook family group of different recipes that you would take to a party. So maybe you have some awesome deviled egg recipe. You've got a great dip that would be perfect for keto. And I think it would be good if we could get, all of I'll share one every day, but like if you guys have one to share it with everybody. And I think by the time June, July rolls around and we're going to summer barbecues, we'll have a whole cookbook worth of fun party foods that we can share with our friends and family.
That's really cool.
Plus, every day should be a party, right? Like if I want to make crab dip today, I should be able to make crab dip today and enjoy it.
Renee said, Rachel, my keep moving will be me crawling on the cold wood floor after Bronson's workouts.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. If you're interested, check out Bronson's website, and he's got an app going on there. You can did they put 2 Crazy Ketos in to get $5 off the app?
You get $5 off every month that you have it.
Yeah. So check that out if you'd like to, kick it up into greater gear. We'll continue with that too, but I think it's fun to have this.
So Heather said,
challenge.
Cleaning out the kitchen cupboards.
That's huge.
Shauna said, people flip a house in 3 weeks. I've been trying to vacuum for 3 weeks.
Hey, so that's it. This is the month we vacuum.
Jerry wants to know if going to the bathroom counts as his main movement.
It is a movement, right?
I think it's a movement.
It's called a movement. There was, oh my gosh. So we are driving through like all of Fallsburg where she lives. And there are some, I would say like
Bethany
really.
said, I love the new keto chop flavor. Can I say what it is?
No.
Please do not say what it is.
Not yet. After May 1st.
Chris said the nomenclature for RV power systems goes back to boats, hence shore power.
Oh, I just love when he says nomenclature because it reminds me of Weird Al Yankovic because he has a song that says that. But you made me forget what I was saying.
I'm sorry. I'm reading the
Oh,
comments.
I know what it was. So we were driving past all of these cute houses in Fallsburg, and we come to this one that is like absolutely amazeballs. It's this huge mansion, and it's got these giant, like steel fences at the front. Like it's a fancy place, and it's got the guy's initials on it, and it's BM. And I was like,
you really have
BM?
You have a weird sense of humor.
That's his initials. I feel like I would put your middle name in there or something. BM.
Okay, maybe North Carolina fan said when we first started, how did we get past keto snacking? When we first started, I didn't care. When we tell people, when you first start keto, eat whenever you're hungry for the first couple weeks.
Just keep it keto.
Keep it keto. And then you're going to slowly try to cut back to 3 meals or 2 meals a day.
Yeah. You're just getting started.
When you're first getting started, for me, it's hard
switching
enough
over food
to get rid of the sugar and the carbohydrates and like the pastas and the grains. I don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about calories. Don't worry about anything.
Yeah.
Just
switch over.
Get rid of the carbohydrates.
Because it's hard. And I'm super proud of you for doing this and making that change because it's huge. It's super, super huge to do that.
Hey, can you go make sure that the outside light is not on since there's 3 other RVs here boondocking?
We're going to keep them up tonight? Is that it?
Go turn off the outside light because I feel like it's shining. I can see it shining. Is it shining?
It doesn't have any extra light.
No?
It's the golf course.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure that we're not disturbing other boondockers. Shauna said, all this month, I'm sure I'm still helping my mom get settled in her new apartment. If I'm not carrying something or pulling at my wagon, I'll take the stairs.
That is really, really good. That's a huge job, Shauna. Like if you're just sticking with it and if you can say to yourself on days when you're like, I just want to stop doing this for right now.
Paul said, I love your company, but it's 2 a.m. here, so I have to go to bed.
Oh, bye, Paul.
So good night.
You can just say to yourself, okay, I'm meeting my daily challenge for movement goals.
Renee said, Joe, why don't you post in the app? What app? What are we talking about?
In Bronson's app.
Time. I don't post on our own.
You can his app, you can post stuff in it?
Yes. It's really awesome. I literally pick up the app, I look at what the exercises are, and I move on from there. There are really cool features to the app.
Workout for the day.
I need to. I just never have time. I just don't have time.
Maybe this month.
I need to get better at it.
You have to squeak in.
Especially now that Renee's in there. But
that's worth it.
Here's the thing.
Just because she's in there.
So I don't know anybody that's in there.
Now you do.
As weird as this sounds, I am very shy.
Aww.
Right? No, seriously. Like I am not very good at starting up conversations. So me going into some forum where I don't know anybody, it's just not my personality. I will go into forums and answer people's questions.
I was gonna say,
I will go onto Facebook groups, like if I'm on Kim Howerton's Facebook group or Keto Chow's Facebook group, or like I'm in them and I will make a comment, but you will almost never see me start a conversation.
That's so funny.
Is that not funny? That's
I pretty much want to talk to everybody.
Rachel is the talkative person in this relationship.
But I say I'm sorry a lot because I assume that I've overshared, gotten too close when I talk to people.
Mary said May is garden planting time, so this is perfect.
That is awesome. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like seeing mom get ready for all the planting. She's got all kinds of trees and plants and flowers, and they have a lot of wild animals that they feed that are adorable.
The birds are amazing.
She could start like her own birding sanctuary.
Well, How about this?
There's like
she's
at
got
least
the
25
same
varieties
birds
of
that come
birds.
back every day, and my sister has named them and actually can tell them all.
They're all completely different.
And then the funny part is they will follow her around the house. Like if there's food not in one of the feeders, they follow her around until she goes and and they're practically eating out of her hand.
Y'all's squirrels in the northern part of the country are way bigger than our squirrels. I saw a squirrel this morning,
Beavers,
that looked like it was a cat. I thought it was a short-eared, bushy-tailed cat, and it
Rachel
wasn't.
saw her first ever white-tailed deer.
I did.
She's not used to the fluffy white-tailed deers.
I saw a whole family of them.
So this is interesting. Maitreya said, "I'm always amused by Cinco de Mayo craziness in the United States. It's just another excuse to drink."
It is.
Okay.
And to have Mexican
food. In Mexico, we didn't celebrate except border towns because of American money.
I have heard
Isn't that
so
funny?
much.
Like everybody says, like this is the Mexican holiday.
Goody Beats talks about that.
They're like, no, it's not.
Logan Delgado talks about that too. That it's like, yeah, we and plus 411, we have fantastic food every single day of the year. So like, yeah.
Yeah, I want to go spend some time with his family.
I know, best cooks in the world.
Bethany said, "My lips are sealed, but you nailed it."
Aw, thanks.
Heather said, "Phil never starts a conversation." I can see that. Phil and I are so similar. It's not even funny.
You guys are so cute. Like often, I like to see like the introverted guys just kind of like hanging over at the corner, like hands in pockets, just talking.
So Renee said, even Claire Dant makes comments in the app, and a couple others from 2KK just joined too. Make comments on the daily exercise.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I don't even read them. I mean, I hate to say that. I hate to admit it.
You need to start reading it.
I really want to. I barely have time to read our Facebook group.
Well, it's time.
That's the best part about Fridays, when I go through our Facebook group and I see all the stuff I missed for the week.
Aww.
Bluto said there was a famous family called Hog with historical markers that named the family members I'm a Hog. Even as a kid, I was like, really?
Wow. I know a family of Balls. And they named like Crystal Ball, Rusty Ball, that sort of thing. They all had like things that went with ball. I should have been in that family, I feel like.
Shelly said, "I like what Bronson posted, and I saying snacking means you didn't eat enough meat at your meal."
Yes.
That is so true.
Well, and we're going to continue eating the same way we've been eating. I'm enjoying it, aren't you?
Oh, I love it this way.
I mean, it's been good.
Okay, so we reread all those.
Make sure we got everybody backward.
I'm trying not to read.
Oh, Renee says that, Joe, I'll talk to you and cheer you on in here.
My name said the only reason to make a black licorice keto chow would be to make natural strawberry more popular.
Serious, right?
Peanut butter and jelly.
I was going to say, or to distract from Joe's peanut butter and grape jelly idea.
Andrew said, "I'm the same way, Joe. I can't communicate over the net, but stay quiet. I can communicate over the net, but stay quiet in person."
Aww.
Jerry said, "Question: How often do you skip meals when you are not hungry? Lately, I'm thinking to moving the perfect human diet has made me eat so much less, no fillers, but I just can't eat." Is that weird? No, you definitely end up
protein
eating,
really.
and especially just make sure you're getting your protein in. That's like really the most important thing. And there is a minimum amount of fat. You definitely need to be getting at least 60 to 80 grams minimum of fat, because you need it for the vitamins. You need it for your fat soluble vitamins.
Actually, so when we were out like with Mom, it was more a case of like we would notice like, oh, we haven't cooked anything for her, like she hasn't eaten yet. So then we would go and eat. But like especially when we are enjoying what we're doing, like hanging out with you guys, or we're doing stuff at home with the boys, I'm not even thinking about the food, and I feel like we're less hungry in between meals.
Somebody want to know what Bronson's app. It's part of his Apex training. So if you sign up to do Bronson's training, he's got an app where you can go in and there's like a whole community in there. Mary said, "I'm also a bad whisperer. I get a whole bunch of migrating hummingbirds this time of the year. They will perch on my hand when I hold a feeder."
Oh my goodness. I have been trying for the last 2 years to get hummingbirds to come outside of my room where the she shed is right now. And I can't seem to get them to come. I can get butterflies. We've planted different butterfly attracting plants outside the window so I could get more butterflies, but I can't get those hummingbirds. Maybe because I have a fist when I think of them.
We don't really have hummingbirds down by us.
Well, don't tell me that now.
Renee said
everything.
Renee said, I saw a raccoon at our rental place window when in the Bronx, New York. It was massive.
Whoa. We had a rat at like our old church offices, and we kept smelling this terrible smell. And finally we realized it was in a drop ceiling. And so one of the guys at work just took a broom and like hit the corner end of it, and the thing fell to the ground, and it was a dead rat. But I'm telling you what, it was the size of a raccoon. It was huge. It was a huge bloated rat.
Blue Dove said Joe doesn't have enough hours in a day. That is so true. Brianna said St. Patty's is the same. It's not a drinking holiday in Ireland like it is here.
Yeah. It's funny everybody, like, whatever excuse there is to party, people are like, yeah, I'm on board with that.
Renee said Joe and Rachel have a discount code for Apex Act. That is an amazing deal. So sweet. So yes. So there should be a link down below in the description. If you use the code 2krazyketos, Bronson asked us to be affiliates. We said we have no interest in making any money. That getting some type of movement in is very important to us. And we think Bronson is a great guy and is really good at helping train people and motivate
Well, he's
people.
On the same diet as everybody is on.
So we told him instead of giving us any kind of money, what we would prefer him to do is pass that savings along to anybody who is interested in having it. So the normal price is like $40 a month. And it's basically you get a set of exercises to do every single day.
A community.
Access to Bronson, a community, videos on how to do the different exercises. And it's pretty much like CrossFit in your house.
Yeah.
And if you use the code 2krazyketos, you will get $5 off every month that you have it. It's not like a $5 off 1 month and then you're done.
Yeah.
So,
you might want to just see if you like
we
it.
make no money or anything like that. We're not interested in making money. We're trying to do whatever we can to help everybody else.
And that's why we continue with like the movement challenges. So like if you're like, okay, I don't think I could do Bronson's thing, but I really do want to be a part of a group that's exercising, then that's why we're going to have daily challenges to do within the 2KK family group. And that's not, doesn't cost anything, but hopefully you'll join us and participate.
Defense Wiz says, I guess I'm one of those dudes that is the same online as in person. I'll talk to anyone. I can, I call the 800 number on the box of Brillo pads just to chat.
Okay. You're my kind of person. Like that's how I like.
I am really good at having a conversation.
Joe can't get me out of the grocery store.
No. I'm really good at having a conversation once I get to know somebody, or if you start the conversation, then I won't shut up. I've never been good at starting the conversation. Rachel and I were driving home today, and I don't know why, because I feel like this could have been a disaster, but it was actually really good. We're discussing relationships and like, what can we, and she's like, I mean,
man,
if I asked her this question, it would be like, my gosh. She goes,
I made myself available to this question. So here's the question.
She goes, what can I do to be a better wife?
I promise it's not like I'm trying to trip you up.
And I'm driving, right? So I've got to think to myself, like, okay, how can I give this list without coming off as a bad person? Like, to say it nicely.
He's making questions. He's making answers at first.
I'm like, nothing. You're a perfect wife. She's like, liar.
And you could be less cute, very distracting with your cuteness. And I'm like, that's not a thing. But yeah, no, I want a relationship better. I'm trying to be more respectful of people's time too. Like if I go into a meeting, I will set a timer for myself of like 1 hour because, and it'll go off and then, I will give them a way to be like, okay, I've been talking for an hour and it just got away from me. Do you mind to keep talking, or, do you have some place to be? Because sometimes I'm really bad with that.
So it all comes around and I'm like, it's really nothing. I said, she's like, well, what do I do that's aggravating? And I'm like, now we got a list. No. So she's like, what about when we're working? And so I said, okay, so I am not good at starting conversations.
Yeah.
Can you please? So she says to me, I don't like it when you're trying to fidget on the computer or
I
get things to
don't.
run in the middle of a live
I
stream
don't like
because
that.
like the computer crashes, right?
I know.
So I said, well,
Just
what I don't
ignore
like
it.
is when you decide I'm going to go get something to show people. I said, because you can handle people. You can have a conversation with people. Me, not so much. While you're gone, it's dead air.
But I get worried. I get worried that I'm going to mess up or touch something I'm not supposed to.
Shah says, mine came yesterday. Also, Rhonda, I tried the pizza party today. Hopefully the other flavors are better than the pizza party was pretty good. Don't know what that is. Caboodle said I was planting some Mendivi. What is that? Some flowers, I'm assuming. And got dive bombed by hummingbirds.
Maybe I don't want them at the house. They're like attack hummingbirds. We've been like swarmed by some birds that have some nests in the trees by our house. Mm-hmm. And I think that they're very afraid that we're going to uncover their babies. But we haven't.
Diana said, thanks for the info on proteins. I'm fighting with food to get around 80. Was wondering how I was ever going to be able to do 145. Work your way up slowly.
Yeah. I find, too, that when I start to take a little bit from that the energy side where my carbs are, that's the place that there's always room. Because I could take from the carbs. You know what I'm saying? And like add to the protein to get my protein in. It's the biggest challenge is for me to give up the carbs. That's the hardest thing.
Steph said, I have a mystery. My male pit caught a mouse off the glue pad yesterday.
Whoa!
We got the mouse out, but cannot find the glue pad anywhere in the house. Wondering if the dog ate the glue pad.
Look on your butt. Because in my experience, I sit on whatever has an adhesive to it. So just check, just to make sure. Check that first.
I have not seen one from Heath.
Before you go to
I see Shelly. Renee said, Heath just messaged me and said, tell Joe to skip all of my comments. I've been hacked.
Aww.
I have not seen anything from Heath. I mean, it jumps.
I saw some earlier.
I know he was the first person in, but then we had the restart, and we didn't get to his comment. But his comment did say, first one here to get skipped.
Aww.
That was his comment.
Number one.
Shaw said, I love bread cheese. Yes, bread cheese is the best.
What is it, halloumi? What's the one that we really like that is at...
That's a frying cheese, halloumi.
What's the one that was from Trader Joe's?
Halloumi.
Was there something that was just bread cheese? It was like called bread cheese?
No, you know what? I like cheese curds. That's my favorite thing. Cheese curds are like amazing.
We have to not get them.
Yeah, I eat the whole bag.
He says good night.
Although, okay, so...
I saw his says good night.
Oh, okay. So Rachel she walked to ShopRite from my mom's house.
I did not anticipate how long that walk was.
It was 7 miles.
Yes.
Uphill.
And I was wearing the same exact outfit.
You must have anticipated that walk because you brought your wallet with you.
No, I always was wearing it because I was hoping that there would be a little coffee shop that I would walk to by your mom's house, and there are none. How can you go that long without having even a coffee shop?
It's a summer vacation community. Nobody's there during the winter.
Clearly.
Nobody's there during the
winter. I felt like they were putting baby in the corner. That's all I could.
The closest town is Monticello, and then the closest major town is Middletown.
So I just kept walking until I found coffee, which is just a homing skill.
So she walks to ShopRite, which she, for some reason, was excited to go to ShopRite because she's never heard of ShopRite.
I was wearing the same outfit that John Rambo was wearing when he was walking down the road, and the police officer tells him to move along. I was wearing the same exact outfit, which was wild.
So the funny part was,
I'm
out on a bike ride, and I'm like, you know what would be good? Because like I'm like recording myself on the bicycle, partially because we need to do a review on a bike. So I'm like, I'm testing things like how far can I go on like a charge, and I'm riding up these steep hills.
They were ridiculous.
And I'm like, you know what would be funny? Let me put on my phone. Like, where is Rachel? Find my iPhone. Let me find her, and then I'm going to ride to her. And it says she's like 3 miles away. I'm like, okay, no problem. And I'm going, and then I get about 1.5 miles into this, and she calls me and tells me where she is. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to head back to the house then, drop off the bicycle, and I'll drive over to you because she's now buying stuff. And she finds, like, anybody who knows me knows I have a problem with cheese.
He does.
And what does she find? ShopRite sells these containers of the ends of cheese. So when
at the deli,
when they slice up cheese and
I
want a pound, that they're selling that.
He'd rather have the butt,
but for $2.
$2.
I mean, it's like
thing of it.
a pound of cheese, $2. Like, of course I'm gonna eat all of that, and it's assorted cheese. It's like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese is clearly at the top. $2.
But again,
can't pass it up.
The funny part was,
it was a
value I actually thing. Made a comment, and I'm like, and now I feel like an idiot after I found out. So I go to Walmart the first day, and I hear the lady yell. One of the managers yelled at the cashier, "We don't have any bags." I'm like, okay, so how does a Walmart run out of bags? Don't get that one. But anyway, I had one big thing, right? I was buying my mom's grill. Next day we go, because we got to go back in, because we got to buy stuff. Now we need food, and we have to have a reason to be sitting in the parking lot. And I go to buy stuff, and I'm at this checkout, and it says, how many bags are you using?
And I'm like, I don't know.
Why is it asking how many bags I'm using? Well, there's not even any bags here. Okay, I skip past that. Then I go to ShopRite, and there's no bags.
And we're like, where's the bags?
Or no, Rachel tells me there's no bags. It's all the same morning. And I'm like, there's no bags. So then I'm like, okay.
What's happening?
And then I go to Home Depot, and they don't have any bags. I'm like, is there a national bag shortage or something?
They're not allowed to have bags.
Turns out the state of New York, they're not allowed to give you bags anymore. No more bags. No more plastic bags.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, by us, you can't reuse your own bags.
Yeah, so you're in a catch-22. We're used to not being allowed to bring our own bags in because we might be
I mean, I'm used to BJ's where you don't have any bags, but
now when you're buying little stuff, like little tiny thing of screws or a little seasoning blend.
Okay. Renee said Heath is now messaging about his purchase on keto bread from Aldi. I don't see anything. I don't do Aldi keto bread, if that's what you're asking. Renee said also, if you all have plans tomorrow night, cancel them. Tune in to Hungry Heat and Safe Challenge live at 6:30. What an awesome dish they create this Friday. All the cool kids will
be there. I love
Shauna
that.
is listening and making steak.
Oh, yum.
My name says, I'm trying to imagine how small a hummingbird egg is.
Can you even imagine?
I don't know.
I bet you couldn't even see it.
Blaine said, my dad made a mistake of wearing a red ball, kept camping in Colorado. The hummingbirds kept trying to drink out of it.
Oh, yeah, because I do have a hummingbird feeder that's red.
The problem is that sugar water with red dye in it. I was always wondering why it's red. Now I know, because they're attracted to it.
Blue Dove says that hummingbirds are nasty to each other, too.
Huh.
They look so friendly. Heather, oh, yes. Oh, my gosh, I remember this. Heather's got a woodpecker that is crazy, and it actually pecked out all of the screens last year. Yeah, all of her screens. She would, and then she would like send me a picture of like that. Look at over there. There's that woodpecker just eyeing my home.
Okay, so Karen said, my husband says it's not finding the right person, it's being the right person. Always strive to be the best person for your significant other.
Oh, I like that.
I really like that. Renee said, now Heath is talking about how much he loves the coffee Coke Zero. So we cleaned out ShopRite. We cleaned out ShopRite. They had like 10 of them, and we're buying them, and the woman's like,
are you from someplace else?
And we're like, well, we are.
We are.
And she was like, oh, yeah, we have people come here all the time and buy stuff like Malamars and stuff.
That they can't get them back home.
And I'm like, well, no.
Are you visiting your grandma?
You can't get these anywhere. So, yeah, if we see them, we're buying them up.
But really the one I want is the dark blend.
Yeah.
Dark blend. The vanilla one just tastes like vanilla Coke to me.
Yep. Blue Dove said, I did not long ago drove in the wrong direction until I found a Starbucks.
Oh, Betraya says, what are you using to videotape your bicycle rides?
We have so many cameras. GoPro on the front, and then I was talking into my regular camera, my phone camera.
The phone cameras are pretty stinking awesome.
The iPhone 12 camera, like I follow this one photography
pretty
YouTuber.
impressive.
He actually put the iPhone 12 camera up against a $10,000 camera, and you couldn't tell the difference.
That's
like professionals
amazing.
could not pick out the different image.
That's amazing. Just get one of those really good harnesses that attach to your bike so that you've got like peace of mind that it's not going to fall off.
Lisa said they give away plastic bags like nobody business in Indiana. They
Isn't that
do
funny?
in Florida too.
Yeah. Well, because they don't want us using ours. Because I always would bring my own bags.
Yeah. Blue Dove said, I need plants with cheese butt printed across the rear end. Now talk about advertising.
That's awesome.
Mary said, don't use red dye. It's bad for hummingbirds.
Oh.
1 cup of sugar to 4 cups of water boiled in a syrup. I live in a small town and sneak in a grocery store to buy hummingbird sugar.
Did anyone see me?
Yeah, that's why Rachel bought it, and then I was reading and I'm like, this cannot be good for these hummingbirds. It's sugar with red dye number 40.
So we got a red container to just put like regular sugar water in it to see that maybe it's just the container. Maybe all they need is a container that's red. Still no hummingbirds though. Maybe it's just me. Do I smell like BO?
No. Defense says, welcome to New York's new laws with Cuomo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was ridiculous.
Oh my goodness. I was so glad. So when we are trying to plot our trip home, you know, there's obviously always a faster route. And normally, you know, that's what you want. You would like, if it's a 24-hour trip, you want to see like, can you shave a few hours off here and there?
Unless you're supposed to go across like what used to be the Triborough Bridge right now.
Because now,
not the Triborough Bridge.
We'd have to pay for what, 3 axles?
You'd have to pay for the truck plus 2 extra axles.
Yeah.
So
that's 3.
I think my sister said they changed the name of the bridge.
I think
Tappan State Bridge. Now it's like the Mario Cuomo Bridge.
But it's like it would be like $36.
It would be $36. I'm like, yeah, no, we will drive the extra 30 minutes around the other way.
So we didn't
$36.
We didn't go the fast way.
Oh, Jaws Zumba said no bags in Connecticut either.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
We just should have. There's a lot of things that I feel like when we go on a long trip, we just didn't plan for. You know, you're thinking about what you're packing, but you're not necessarily thinking about all the stuff you'll need to do. And like, is there any difference between the way they do it in your state and the way they do it in another state? Like, you don't think about, I need to be prepared to grocery shop no matter where I'm at.
That's right.
And what if they have, you know, so here we were with no bags and like 20 bottles of that Coke, like rolling back and forth.
My name said many states banned bags and straws. I can understand the straws, although everybody by us has those paper straws, and I can't stand those things.
Just no
straw.
Which
is
is
why we have metal straws.
Yes.
We just carry metal straws.
The paper straws just dissolve in my mouth.
I don't like the taste of them.
Well, they just dissolve in my mouth.
So Tanya said in New York City, you get charged for a stinking grocery bag if you forget. Always carry a tote now.
What if I can you pull your shirt up and just put your groceries in there? If I don't have a bag.
Renee has a woodpecker that sucks her hummingbird feeders halfway down in minutes.
What?
Who is this? Bethany, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. Here's my penance. Didn't mean to make everyone angry. I was just excited.
Oh, bless your heart.
Brianna said it's like bringing your own bag. They would give you too many bags for no reason. They didn't give a bag for a dozen eggs.
Just carry them. You know what I never understood? Bleach. Why do you need a bag for bleach?
I half the time I go into stores, I'm like, I don't need a bag.
If it's got a handle,
go to Wawa, they try to give me a bag. I'm like, I don't need a bag.
Honestly, I am never at peace when I put my eggs in a bag anyway, because I'm always like, they're falling right through. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they're falling right through it.
Maitreya said I had the cycle before, and even when smashed by the van, it uploaded the video. My new bike doesn't have space to mount it because I added radar. So you know what I got for our bikes, Maitreya?
How neat is that?
We got these. I got these things that actually clamps on the handlebar, and it puts another bar in front.
We don't look very cool when we ride our bike.
It's not really evident because we have the electric bike, so you've got a big screen in the middle. So on the one side you have your gears, the other side you have your throttle, and then so this thing actually put a thing in front so we could actually mount the phone or your camera.
He's going to be adding a hand mixer
on a separate bar.
See if you can add, like we could just blend our shakes right on across the bar. Like, let's multitask a little bit more.
Renee said I did try one of the Coke Zero Dark Roast over ice with a splash of heavy whipping cream. What did they about that? It was tasty, but something not worth the price that they want.
Yeah, we got it
they're
on.
very expensive. They had them on sale at ShopRite for $1.70.
Yeah,
by us in Florida now they're
$2.50. Now I really have to think about it.
We read that one already.
We tried to do the Coke Zero coffee thing, like just mix it together at home, and it did not work.
My name said I bought
reusable
bags to Costco, brought them to Costco, and the checker yelled at the bagger and made us bag our own stuff.
Oh.
That's the last time I'm trying that.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you know, and I honestly, even when I go to Aldi and we're used to like bring our own bags in the past, I don't bag until I get to my car, usually, because I don't want to like hold up the line, and it's, you know, so even when I was working as a checkout clerk at Aldi, you'd be like having to scan really quickly into the person's cart, and if they're trying to like move their hands in order to like help, you know, basically glide what you're scanning into their bag, I was always afraid I was going to hurt their little hands or something, you know, like, because you're throwing a canned good in there.
Chris said Costco always asks if I want boxes for my stuff. I say no, boxes are for chumps. It reminds me, remember we used to go grocery shopping?
I'm just going to roll out this container of mayonnaise.
We used to go grocery shopping, and we were major couponers, and we'd come home with like, you know, 200 of some item. And
stuff we actually used. We never bought like...
Yeah, no. Or we gave it away. We gave stuff away.
We gave a lot of stuff away.
But homeless shelters and things like that. Women in distress. But we would come home and we'd tell Anthony and Caleb, okay, guys, you guys need to go empty the car. Meanwhile, there's like 50 bags there. And they were competing, can we do this in one trip? And you'd see Anthony like bags up his arm hanging around his neck.
Cutting the circulation off to all this.
And it's like, remember we came home with like seltzer water one day, and here comes Anthony with like 12 packs at once, like balancing one on his head.
One trip.
Telling Caleb, like, I beat you. Like,
are you one trip? Are you grocery wise, or do you try to get in just one trip?
Trey said I have my bike computer and headlights and bell hogging up the handlebars, thinking helmet mount.
Oh yeah, I saw somebody yesterday with a helmet mount.
Or you can get Rachel's helmet with like all the lights on it. It's right over there.
My helmet?
Yeah.
I should put my helmet
on.
Go
get your helmet.
It's really...
Where is your helmet?
It definitely doesn't make me look cool.
It's on our bed. Was it on our bed?
No, it's right here.
And get the remote out. We got it.
Try to get the full...
Turn it on. Jamie said, anyone been losing inches on their waist, but their chests get bigger? I'm 41 and starting to change. Rachel would love it.
You're getting a bigger chest? I want one of those. Here you go. Who wants to be my friend?
This guy.
Over here. Well, what about over there? Go check. Is there friends over there? Maybe over there, guys. Look at that. What about in the back? Equally as cool. I'm nailing life.
Yeah, but now you got fireworks in the back.
You're a firework.
Okay, turn that thing off because it's putting a glare on the screen.
It's not cool.
My name said I read they estimate that over 1 billion face masks have ended up in the oceans over the last year.
Oh,
I would believe that.
That makes me sad.
Shauna said, my pantry and fridge in my garage, I drive up and put it away from my back seat. Lisa is a one-trip gal as long as I can manage. But shopping in Aldi and Costco, I use boxes.
Oh, the only thing that scares me is like glass jars. Like the salsa jars, tomato sauce. Let me tell you, when I used to stock the shelves with tomato sauce, they have all of these tomato sauce jars in this really skinny cardboard that is like a half a ply cardboard. It's really bad. And
Lisa likes your helmet. I have one too. I just haven't taken it out of the
box.
I'd
be like lifting it up and being like, I'm gonna drop this all over the floor and make a mess. I only dropped one once though.
Lisa likes your helmet.
Thanks, Lisa.
Like I said, I have one. I haven't taken it out of the box.
To knowing me in public though?
No. Rachel's mom's like, where's your helmet? And I'm like, I don't need a helmet. She's like, you're driving 25 miles an hour on a bicycle. Put a helmet on.
Put your helmet on. He needs a helmet for regular life.
Chris said, I just unloaded the shopping cart into the trunk and make the kids bring it all into the house. That's what I do.
We have a rule in our house, though. As soon as we get home from grocery shopping, everybody has to go to the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom, and then we will start unloading. Because we figured out that we'd be like, okay, guys, unload the car. And then one of them would go to the bathroom and, like, conveniently not be done until the brothers were.
It's time to take a record poop.
Yeah. Yes.
Tanya said Rachel's the missing Daft Punk member.
That sounds way cooler than, like, what the truth is.
Andrea said, yay, I just bought a helmet and my kids made fun of me. Mine had lights too.
Aw. So
well, what's nice about the lights and
we're going to be
safe. The back part is Rachel rides to church a lot of times.
Pitch black,
dark. So
yes. Yes. It is like crazy dark out. So I do want people to see me. Because that always aggravates me. Like when I will be driving someplace and somebody is walking down the street and it's like 6:00 in the morning and they're wearing like all dark clothing and no indicator and they're in the road. And then I think to myself, like, oh my Lord, thank you so much that I saw them, because what if I hit them? I would never, like, I would just feel like my life is over if I hurt somebody while I was driving.
He said John Wayne toilet paper is the worst.
Why?
I don't know.
I
don't want to be accused of missing his comment.
Why is John Wayne toilet paper the worst?
Shauna said, I love your helmet, Rachel. I'd be your friend in public.
Thank you. Joe is like, have a good day.
Maitreya
Next door
said,
later.
You need a helmet. A helmet is way better than dead.
That is so true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I know. I'm just like, it's the time I grew up in, right?
The kind that didn't wear helmets?
No, we didn't wear it. They didn't even have helmets for
kids
when I was a kid.
You know what?
We used to go riding all over the place, like jumping ramps in the street.
Doesn't make it right. Yeah, you have dislocated elbows and shoulders.
None of that is from when I was a child. That's all from being an adult.
So you need a helmet now more than ever. Maybe you didn't need a helmet.
I never broke a bone as a child. My first broken bone was shattering my ankle in a car accident at the age of 20.
You did hurt yourself as a child, but I won't tell anybody what you did.
Yeah, but that's not I didn't break a bone. I got a lot of stitches as a child.
Got a lot of stitches.
A lot of stitches. Well, we were always doing construction around our house.
I feel like you should share it.
No, I'm not sharing that. I got a lot of stitches. We were always doing construction around the house, so I stepped on a lot of nails.
Yes.
And fell across open nails. Fortunately, Mom was a doctor, so it was like, get a tetanus shot, stitch me up, send him on his way.
You'll be fine. That's where he got that line.
That's where I got it from. You're fine.
You're fine. You'll be fine.
Rachel's like, Caleb goes to start the mower.
He's got a scar from here to here.
Cuts his arm like up. I don't even know how he sliced his arm on an air conditioner that's over his head, but he did.
Yeah.
And he cuts it from here to here. He's out helping me cut one day. So what do? I just run to the store, get a bunch of butterfly things. And he's got a nice scar that from like here to here. He's proud of that scar.
He's very proud of it.
Scars are awesome.
Chicks dig scars, Mom. I'm like, that seems like a lot of scar. That's a giant scar. It probably needed stitches, but
I guarantee we
butterfly
need stitches,
clip.
But who wants to go get stitches and get lidocaine shots and being the biggest reason I don't want stitches is I got to sit in the emergency room for hours on end.
Dad said just put some butterfly kisses on it and move on.
It worked, didn't it?
He still hasn't.
Bethany said, "I love your genuine relationship. How long have you been together? 14 years."
I do think that opposites attract though.
Yes.
I don't think you can handle two of me.
But aren't you proud I knew exactly how long we've been together?
Yeah.
Like, that's good.
It's good because it's getting close to our anniversary. Our anniversary is actually May 15th.
No, it's May 13th.
It's not. It's May 15th.
May 15th, and
I'm always checking to see.
2 days after that, we're going to the Keys.
Yes.
Blue Dove said, my dad got a Rhodes car krazy quad bike thing, but it wouldn't coast.
Oh.
Huh.
My mom has a 3-wheeler.
He said John Wayne, rough and tough, doesn't take crap off anyone.
We were discussing toilet paper with Joe's mom just last night.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how, sometimes they can't get the one that they want. And, everybody in the family likes Scots. We guys talked about that before. He's a Scots man.
I'm a Scots guy.
And
unfortunately, I do all the shopping.
I think the proudest moment that I've ever seen is when you asserted, you aren't, Mom, don't worry. I'm a Scots guy. I'm not a Continental or Sherman man. And it was like tear in the eye, like, yes, I've raised you right.
Lisa said, Rachel, I just want to say both the Hubs and I really enjoyed your chop challenge, and sad tomorrow is the last day. It has been up to the last thing.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for participating in it, and the recipes that you created and like the pictures that you share are so beautiful. I really pray that you keep showing us your beautiful food, because I feel like every single day at your house is like eating at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse or better. I feel like I'm actually, that's an understatement, because it's just so beautiful.
My name said you need some lights on your shoes to go with your helmet.
I used to have light up sneakers.
You did.
But the lights don't last like they do for little kid shoes. The little kid toddler shoes where they like step hard and then it like makes a flashing thing, they don't have good ones for adults.
No.
The ones I had, you had to plug in and then they short circuited, and then I only had one shoe that lit up and the other one didn't light up.
Chris said, is the rusty nail okay? You will heal, but is the nail okay? That is actually something my mother would say. She'd like, did you hurt the doc? Did you hurt the nail? Like, you know, you hurt, but what about the nail? You know,
one time,
trying to make you feel better when you're 12 years old and literally step through a nail and it comes all the way through your foot.
My grandfather was fishing and caught my uncle with a treble hook, and actually, instead of like cutting the hook, he cut the line and like saved the hook by like cutting around his face. So it was like, I don't want to lose the hook. Let's not get crazy.
Diane said our son got his first stitches a few weeks ago, chopped his foot with an axe.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Randall said I turned off the NFL draft to watch you guys. We are much more entertaining than the NFL draft.
Wow, I don't know about that, Joe.
Yeah.
NFL draft is pretty awesome. Thank you.
Not anymore.
Well, thank you very much for choosing us.
Well, yes, I would appreciate that. Shauna said, broke my foot on vacation a few years ago, didn't know it, drove home 7.5 hours and found out the next day in the ER.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's what happened when I had my accident.
Ugh.
I thought my ankle was dislocated, so I was trying to push it back in place. Turns out it was shattered in 36 places.
It's not out of place.
Yeah, it wasn't out of place.
Oh my Lord.
Blue Dove said my daughter got a scary spinal fracture at the tibia at a wrestling practice. Apparently,
a spiral fracture.
A spinal.
No.
Oh, spiral. Okay, I'm sorry.
I think it'd be hard.
Well, actually, it doesn't say it says spile.
Oh, okay.
So we're both wrong.
All right.
Okay.
But mostly Joe.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Renee said first time for stitches for me was because I developed my left pinky. I degloved my left pinky finger. Kind of cool to see inside of your body.
But wait a second. Back to Blue Doves. That's a common wrestling injury?
Yeah, I would think so.
Wow. That's scary. That's really scary.
Gail said I was riding on the back of my sister's bike when I was young and got my foot tangled in the wheel spokes. I had to cut my foot out of it.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. We've got some bad injuries here.
Well, my brother actually impaled himself on his handlebars on his bicycle, and we didn't realize that he had lacerated his spleen because it was like an internal injury. So you don't see any blood.
Okay, so now Chris is going to get the truth out of me. He says, Joe and I both married up, way up. Like either of us are going to do any better.
Aww.
So here's the funny part. When I started dating Rachel, yeah, I knew. Like, oh my gosh, this girl's on the hook. I would not let her out of my sight the entire year, right? I was so not letting her out of my sight. She's like, oh, let's take a couple nights off. No, she might be going out with a date for another guy.
Aww. So
there was no way.
Obsessive and frightening.
It was definitely obsessive, but I knew what I had in you, and like I knew that like all you needed was one date with somebody else, and I was history.
Oh my gosh, that's not true.
Defense says you were killing it with your chop photos too. I was lucky to hit their day right on a given day. Egg day, I was like, hey, I got one right.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, and that's the thing. Like, we're going to be doing that again. I started putting together, like, you know, when we'll do another one with protein.
We don't want another chop challenge.
Yeah, we're going to do another chop challenge. I thought give everybody a month off and see, you know what I mean, what they do that month. See if we can do something from just like a dish perspective instead of you having to do like an entire, you know, just using that ingredient. Let's see if we can just kind of keep the theme of what would you take to a party. You know, also it'll help us with meal prepping too, because that's the thing when you make something for a party, you're trying to make something with more than 1 or 2 servings. So maybe if we can get into some meal prepping, that'll also help people to stay on track.
Shauna said, "Oh, Joe Stauffer the stalker." Oh, definitely.
So 2 restraining orders later. Just kidding.
Randall said, "You guys are in Richmond? I thought you lived in Florida." We live in Florida. We are on our way back from New York to Florida in our RV. We're sitting in our RV in a winery parking lot. We're in the field of a winery in Richmond, Virginia.
I feel like this Harvest Host, and we've talked about it a lot, but it's just like, it was cool.
We love Harvest Host.
We just were glad that we came across it, and it really fits Joe's personality. So he's that kind of dad that's like, I'm gonna push it and see how far we can get.
I would have kept going if we didn't have a live stream.
But sometimes when you're driving, you hit a wall, and you really know that it's probably time to pull over. And a lot of times what happens is, if you have a reservation at some hotel, you don't pull over. You're going to try to make it to that place. And so I like the fact that with Harvest Host, it's like, okay, this is where we are.
A couple hours ahead of time.
This is where we are right now. I'm feeling tired. Is there some place around here to sleep? Because you certainly don't want to push past what's tired.
Or you can stay in a Walmart or a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah,
but Dick's Sporting Goods.
But I would rather stay at some place like this if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this place is really, really cool. I like this, and I just love
been
Harvest
fun
Host.
seeing places.
And see, for me,
it's like a built-in excursion.
Driving the RV is no different than driving for me. I've been driving trailers since I was 15 years old. So driving the RV, especially with the hitch that we have a Hensley hitch. You don't even know it's back
keeps it all as one vehicle.
And so I don't mind
instead
driving.
of like this thing.
I would drive 24 hours if Rachel would let me.
But she won't.
We did it. We've done it a couple times.
It's not good for a marriage.
No.
Don't do it.
But I probably would have kept going until we got to North Carolina, except for we had the live stream. And
I feel like it's better.
I wanted to make sure something was working right, which the test runs.
Didn't we do such a good job?
We didn't do so good though.
We try.
We're gonna get off in a minute. Jerry said, "Woohoo! Next year we can have an entire ship help you celebrate your anniversary."
Wouldn't that be awesome? I really want us to get back to doing stuff that we're used to doing, like cruising.
Chris said there's a video about the camping spot there on Too Crazy Campers.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, that's actually where we stayed on the way up. This is a different winery.
We're just boozing out.
Yeah.
But this time, like I said, we didn't.
I really wanted to stop at the tractor place, but they closed at 5 o'clock.
You don't have to buy wine at a winery. So they had all kinds of. They have a ton of different cheeses, but we have so much cheese in the camper right now. It's like, it's a little frightening.
We have all the cheese from the Amish country.
We can't. But we went to Lancaster. How are you gonna go to Lancaster and you're not gonna buy a butt ton of cheese?
Yeah.
It's a must.
So Kaboodle said, "Yeah, when driving with Karen, now I know when I'm tired is when Karen lets me know she's tired."
Yes.
Which of course means I'm tired as well.
Yes. We are both tired now.
He said, "Shelly and I used to be in a foodie group that had weekly food contests. We would vote on an ingredient and see who could create the best dish."
I tell you.
That's why you guys did so well with
You
this.
guys have done incredibly well. If you guys have not seen the entire playlist that Heath and Shelly have done using every single one of the ingredients from this month's Chop Challenge. I know Steph has done the recipes also. It's incredible what they're coming up with. I mean, just so creative and smart. It's been really good.
Yep. So, okay.
I like the encased hot dog one.
Yeah, that was really good.
A lot of really good stuff. And another one coming up on tomorrow night.
Tomorrow's the last one.
Tomorrow's the last one.
Yep.
Finishing up, but that's okay because next month is going to be fun challenges as well. So just because we're done with April, May's going to be awesome too.
What is this? Diane said, "If you eat all that cheese, your butt may
be a ton too."
Yeah.
We're trying to pace ourselves on the cheese.
I just love cheese.
We just love cheese.
I just love cheese.
We just love us some cheese. We especially, oh my goodness, when they put buffalo. If it's buffalo cheese where it's got like that buffalo tang to it, that's dangerous.
He said, "Shelly and I." Oh, I read that one. He said we would vote on the ingredients, see who won the big crate. I thought that was a different one. Oh, maybe it came through twice.
So that way, if he did it, you read it twice, and it's like you didn't miss one of the other ones.
Okay.
On our way back.
Talk about this.
Buc-ee's.
Y'all people in Texas, man, so are lucky.
Why are you not doing everything at Buc-ee's?
This place.
That place is so cool.
Like, I'm so upset that they're not building any further south.
It's probably best for us.
Like, I don't even know, like, how much cash do we have to buy beef jerky?
We bought an inappropriate amount of beef jerky on the way up here.
And ate it all.
It was a lot.
He said the finale tomorrow night will be amazing. We are doing a pork loin trio.
Yum!
Virginia said, are we coming down I-77? Please let me know if you were in Charlotte or Rock Hill area. Now, we're driving down I-95 from where we are now.
Uh-huh.
Joy said, oh, hope they didn't get cheese farts in the camper.
We didn't. We haven't had any gas at all. That has been a definite non-scale victory for keto. This is the first time that we are doing multi-state driving trip since we've done keto, and we have had no gas. High five.
High five.
And fist bump. Because this is a marriage high for us, all right? Usually we're trying to see who can blow the other one out of the vehicle. And
Christopher
haven't had any of that.
After new protein every day this month, May is probably just going to be beef. I love beef.
So every day you ask him, it's the 10th. What's for dinner? Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Christopher said there's
The
a Buc-ee's opening by my work soon. They just broke ground. Oh, Christopher, Buc-ee's.
It's so awesome. He probably knows about it already.
You know, he said they're opening by his house.
But he may have been to another one.
We spent an hour in Buc-ee's. An hour.
It was like a Kirkland's, a Hobby Lobby, and a Cracker Barrel made a grocery store. It was like that. They were selling brisket.
Blaine said, remember the commercial from the 1980s singing cheese, marvelous, cheese?
Yes. Chris is at Rachel's inordinately excited about a lack of flatulence. Well,
Patty Ebb said, we have one in Daytona now, don't we? Yes, you have one in Daytona. It just opened.
Yes.
So that's what happens. We're
going to hit that one.
We're driving up 95, and we're seeing these signs for Buc-ee's. I'm like, what is Buc-ee's? And then we passed the one in Daytona, and I said, look, Rachel, I'm like, look at the size of that gas station. It's like the size of a Walmart.
You could park our Walmart in the foyer of that thing.
So then we get to St. Augustine, and I'm like, we're stopping. I said, I don't care. We are stopping. We've got to, because we started seeing signs like 25 feet of beef jerky bars.
They had different machines, like tabletop machines for having a crab boil.
Yes.
You go buy just a little tabletop one.
So the guy said to me that, the Daytona one opened up about a week ago, and the plan is to expand Buc-ee's all the way up the Northeast, but not south of Daytona. And I'm like, what? What do you mean not south of Daytona? Like, you need to bring those things down to West Palm Beach. Like, I will drive an hour to West Palm Beach.
The thing was, is that Joe wasn't thinking that. He was saying it. What?
Then we called John Paul because John Paul loves gas stations too.
Is it a guy thing?
And then he was like, I want to go to Buc-ee's. And then we told Anthony about it. And Anthony's like, the next time I go to Orlando, I'm going to Daytona. I'm like, do you realize that Daytona is an hour north of Orlando? Like, you're going to go to Daytona to go to Buc-ee's to go back to Orlando? That makes no sense.
Just taste better when it comes out of a gas station?
Well, Anthony did eat the entire Wawa menu.
He did.
He literally ate everything on the menu at Wawa.
We have very strange life goals in our family.
Gail said it would have been fun if you posted a trip on Two Crazy Campers channel of all the foods in the camper. We have one coming.
Yeah.
We don't do, okay, so we really don't post. We post everything usually at least 2 to 4 weeks behind when we do trips. Number one, for editing purposes. But number two, just for safety. You know, we've had people just show up where we are.
Yeah.
So, like,
sometimes to our house.
Sometimes we will tell you, like, hey, this is where we're going to be because we want to meet people. But it's just better to not tell people where we are, you know, when we're on the road so that they don't just show up.
Yeah.
And also because we don't want people to always know, like, you know, where the kids are and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Other than that, but yeah, I would live stream all the time. Live streaming is much easier. I have no video editing, but a lot of people don't live stream it.
Yeah.
So, you know. Renee said pre-keto. I love the jar of
supposed to be a Buc-ee's in Orlando.
Who said that? They told me they were not going that far.
Oh, please be in Orlando.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Flato is the technical term for the gas that comes out.
So Rhonda says, now that you mentioned it, it's the last time I can't remember having gas. I know. Right? We don't think about these things until it's just like, you're in a setting, you know, or you've gone an entire year and you
I just figured out why the
you
screen
have-
keeps turning off.
what happened?
Because I have a secret, like, but I don't remember what it is. Like, if you touch the touchpad a certain way, it puts this computer to sleep. I just don't remember what it is.
Well, that's really helpful.
Well, at least now we know why it stopped working earlier
So
today.
you're like a ticking time bomb, though. What if you don't remember the sequence and you turn the computer off again?
I'll just get rid of it. Well, because we're going from there now, but we're getting off.
Man, I really hope that they come to Orlando. I feel like
Defense Wiz says the trip from Orlando to Daytona up I-4, the highway with never-ending road construction, 14 years later. Yes.
We have seen two, I would say half a block sized construction projects going on, and yet 4 states of barricades.
Oh, Joe said they are definitely building one in Orlando. That's cool.
That makes me so happy.
That's good.
Oh my gosh.
Except when we drive to Orlando, we take the turnpike.
Well, now we're not. Now we will not be doing that. We will be going the Buc-ee's route, right?
That adds an hour to our trip.
We're okay with that. It also adds a lot of beef jerky to our tummies.
Okay. Insert to 76, are you headed back to Florida? Can't remember when we stayed outside of Richmond. That's one of our stops to and from Florida. I think our next, so it's usually Fayetteville RV Resort.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I've seen Fayetteville. That place
Fayetteville.
looks really nice. So
North
growing
Carolina?
up,
Is that North Carolina?
Growing up, our trip was always from Long Island. My dad always stopped in Savannah because he said that was the halfway point, which it really wasn't the halfway point, but in his mind it was the halfway point.
Okay.
And then end up in Miami the next day. So our plan is here, then probably stop somewhere in Georgia, right on the Georgia or, I don't know, Florida border, depending on how far I can drive tomorrow, leaving us with a few hours left on Saturday. Yep.
We can do this.
But I have no idea where we're stopping, which really, Rachel just loves that about me.
But the thing is that I know, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to panic because I know there's a Harvest Host and we're not going to be like, you know, out in the middle of the street.
At minimum, there's a Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
So, okay, we're going to get off.
Thanks for staying with us despite like all of the glitches. So many glitches, but we love you guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
You got to hit it up there.
Where do I hit it?